Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Curtis Mack. Welcome to another edition of Podcasts with Curtis Mack. And I have a special guest, as always, DJ 525. I'm sure you've seen him out and about if you're in the night scene or if you've, been to parties or clubs. He's usually the one DJing if you've been, are in the tri-state.
Hey, what's going on? It's DJ 525, owner of Omni Productions. At Omni Productions, we offer DJ services, photo booth services, event planning.
So how long have you done this for, Five?
Over 10 years plus. Been in the industry. I started as a teenager, and I've been doing this over 10 years plus, 10, 15 years.
Wow, wow. It's similar to me. I've been doing the commercial advertising for about a decade now. Why is this important to you?
I believe that music is just something that everybody connects to. It makes everybody happy. I believe music is definitely the thing that just holds us together and, makes us see past our differences. So I just love making people happy, making people dance, making people enjoy themselves.
So, Isaiah, what organizations have you worked with over the decade that you've been in business?
I've worked with a multitude of organizations, Cuts and Course for Cancer. I've worked for a couple of veterans walks and races to raise awareness for suicide amongst veterans. I've done stuff for Homeless Solutions. They help get people that are without homes, houses. I've worked with Special Olympics. I've done events for them. I've done stuff for, let's see, Morristown Housing Authority. I've done stuff for just a multitude of places. Grasshopper in Morristown. I've done stuff for Tavern on the Rocks in Rockaway, Tavern on the Green in Morristown. I've done stuff for Mr. Krabby's in Randolph, the Barn in Rockaway and Randolph.
Now, what was the most memorable moment within that journey of yours?
Being a headliner at a casino, that was probably like one of the highlights of my whole DJ career.
Nice. What casino was that?
Empire City Casino in Yonkers.
Wow.
So being able to do that and see your name up in the lights and the marquee and being able to have people recognize you and see your name, it's kind of cool.
Who inspired you to be a DJ?
Music's always been in my family. My father's a DJ, so I guess directly, indirectly, I got inspired by him.
And have you ever worked with any big names?
DJ Walla, DJ Antoine Qua from WBLS, DJ Ramo, DJ Camilo.
A bunch of big names on the East Coast. Anybody ever on the West Coast have you ever worked with?
Not yet. It's on my goal to expand
Yeah.
the West Coast.
And have you ever traveled for this position?
Yeah, I've been to DC, I've been to Philly, I've been to Ohio, I've been to North Carolina. I've been a bunch of different places throughout, the United States, and I'm still expanding to go more places for weddings, DJing for birthday parties, DJing for, corporate events, things like that. I've done that before.
And what are your short-term goals for Omni Productions and yourself, DJ 525?
My short-term goal for upcoming year, I would say, just short term, is just to expand the business, being able to provide more local services, with communities, schools, businesses, like store openings and things of that nature.
I think we were even talking about maybe even offer some classes, some lesson taking
Yes,
and things of those sort.
yeah, DJ classes is something that also I've been trying to expand into for both children and adults. So that's something I'll be offering this year coming. I'm looking forward to it, being able to, pass on my knowledge to the next generation of DJs.
Awesome. And your long-term goals.
My long-term goals, I would probably say, would to be transitioning out of the DJ space per se and into maybe an event space or maybe like a club or bar manager.
My short-term goals, really for the end of the year is to get everything wrapped up with the book I'm doing. And then long-term goal for me, I think would be to more or less switch careers. My day-to-day job usually is commercial advertising and then moonlighting and doing a commercial advertising. So I was like, how do I have a day job that does the same thing as my side hustle? So what I'm trying to do is get more into the day-to-day with education. And then at nighttime, I do my marketing gig. So everyone's trying to expand and grow, Five. What are some of your accomplishments so far?
Some of my accomplishments so far, I've been able to do a really exciting event that I've been able to do the last couple of years with the town of Dover. I've been able to do the Dover Arts Week, and we've actually been able to take a historical building, and it was purchased and it was re-renovated into a creative space. So it will be like a really huge creative hub, And when I started, I was just providing music for one day. And last year, I've been able to provide music for the whole week of the Dover Arts Week. So being able to curate music to go along with the art is really, really exciting. And for the town to trust me to provide those services was just a great experience.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you've seen this as well, the growth of yourself as well as the growth of technology. And one thing I wanted to touch on today was I remember the podcast started with some Radio Shack, microphones and a couple extra headsets that I found laying around. And now, we're recording on the MacBook Pro with the Yeti Nano USBs and AirPod Pros. And it's just like things grow. If I want to operate in this world, you have to keep up with the times. And that's kind of what you have to do.
You just have to be able to use what you have and get the right tools to make things happen. And with technology making everything so much easier, it's the world is so open right now to making anything happen that you can just put your mind to.
100%. Yeah. And as long as you talk to somebody and then the next time you talk to them, they've grown, that's a good individual to keep in contact with. Have you received any awards or recognition for your services so far, DJ?
Yeah, I've been in I've got some articles that have been written about me in papers, locally. Um, you'll see my name pop up on, t-shirts and like different things when they, you know, recognize, sponsors and recognize people who've donated their time because not only do I, you know, am for hire, I also do my fair share of charitable donations and donating my services and my time. So
100%. Yeah, I've also had that same luck as you being mentioned in maybe a local magazine or a local newsletter or newspaper or online blog. And it's far few and in between the times where we get recognized for the behind the scenes work because there's a lot of behind the scenes work. Just because they see you DJing or they see me videotaping or doing a drop in front of a camera that doesn't mean that there wasn't, 100 hours or X amount of hours behind the scenes that were put in place to make that happen. So a lot of times, when people see you out working, they don't see the behind the scenes work, but it's nice when somebody does a write up about you or they do a shot, a picture of you and they show recognition or give you an award that you were never expecting. But it makes all those moments of doing that grind worth it for that one moment, maybe that 10 minutes or that hour, the one day out of the year.
yeah, for sure. Being able to do that and give back just feels great. And, being able to do what you love and give it out to the world for people to see. I mean, that's an amazing thing.
Sure. Now, how can people access not only your services, but your work?
Then go on to my website, omniproductionsent.com, or my other website, imdj525.com. They can follow me on social media at the DJ525 on my Instagram page and Facebook at DJ525.
You're the best. I don't even have to ask you how to be reached. And everyone knows they can reach me on social media at CurtisMac93 or CurtisMac.com for news, information, entertainment, and educational content for kids. How was 2025?
My 2025 was an up and down year. I would say, like anything, everybody always thinks it's always just this thing where you just kind of start at the bottom and go straight to the top. It's never like that. There's peaks and valleys, and I feel like I've had my peaks, I've had my valleys, and I just say there's no losses. There's just lessons. So I've learned a bunch. I've grown a bunch over the year, and I can say at the end of the year, I've looked at back at it as a positive. I don't think I have really negative as a whole. It's just, moments. Everything's just moments.
Yeah, I agree with that. Everything's teachable, everything's memorable. As long as you do something, because information without action is just entertainment. So as long as you learn from those mistakes, and the unfortunate part is when you're older, let's just say 21 plus, your mistakes cost money rather than when you're younger,
Of
especially
course.
in business.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, same for me, man. Ups and downs. I've been ups and downs with certificates and licensing and everything just wind up costing time or money. And I'm realizing, I think I realized this when I was 25 and our parents used to say it, like there's never enough time in a day, right?
There never is. I mean, an hour goes by like in an instant. So, hours and days go by, and next thing you know, the week's done.
I've always said minutes matter, especially in the morning getting ready for work.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the end of the year accomplishments. I mean, I finished my book. That was kind of a goal for me, but I think you have something else you wanted to mention, something about a studio that you kind of revamped.
Yes. I've been at my studio location for numerous amount of years, and I finally just said I wanted to spruce up the place, really just come in and revamp it. So I went in and I did the floors, I did the walls, I put some new furniture in here. I actually, did the ceilings, and I've got a bunch of decorations and pictures on the walls. So it's really, really a nice place to really come down and really host, some podcasts and be able to come mix live here. And I'm really, really looking forward to having guests in the studio here now and having people come really take a look and see what I've been able to accomplish. But that's been a really big accomplishment that I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm super proud of being able to do that.
Yeah, that's huge, man. And as people may know or not know, that you and I will be hosting some podcasts together in 2026, and we'll have some great guests on there, some professionals, some experts, and whether they're virtual or in your studio or my studio, we're going to get a great message out there. And I can't wait to host those episodes with you.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that too because we've had so much to talk about and we hadn't had a chance to actually release it out to the masses. So I'm looking forward to that, being able to have people, you know, take a look and a peek into like both of our worlds.
I agree because I don't think people know that you and I have been in contact or working with each other for a long time. We've just never put anything really on paper or in front of anybody.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's always been like that with us where we've been able to come together to work on like projects or just be in the same spaces. So it's really great for us to finally be putting this together and being able to do this.
Yeah, long time coming for sure. Any final thoughts?
My final thoughts for the year, man, is just thanking you for having me on here. And I'm looking forward to all the things that we got coming in the future. Also just looking forward to the new year to have it be a beautiful, prosperous 2026. And, I wish the same to all of our listeners.
100%. And you got to thank all the viewers, all the listeners. And I definitely wish you luck with expanding your studio, your services, and your brand with CM Productions. And I hope to help you. And the same goes for me. I've noticed when I first started, I was offering social media marketing and in event planning. And now it's liaisoning and troubleshooting and consulting. And there's so many different things. And everything grows and expands. But I'm glad to grow with you. And we really should be, in for a good time this year. So, any shout outs you have?
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out, of course, to you. I would like to give a shout out to Backroom Studios in Rockaway. That's where, I'll be hosting, my studio, my podcasts from. I
Mhm.
want to give a big shout out to them for providing me space to do this. Um, Also, I want to give a big shout out to Fleet DJs. Another accomplishment that I forgot to mention. I joined Fleet DJs this year. They are the nation's biggest DJ collective, and I was able to join them. So, shout out
Awesome.
to Fleet DJs.
Yep. And don't forget to check out omniproductionsentertainment.com. I think that's with the ENT. And check
Yep.
out curtismac.com. And you could find all the news, information, entertainment that you'll need there, as well as podcasts. And be sure to check out DJ525 if you need DJ services, or contact Curtis Mack from CM Productions, which is me, for your marketing services. And stay tuned for the new episodes in 2026.